January Chinese Diary. Today is a video about a letter from 33-year-old woman living in Wuhan, China. Many Chinese people were crying and saddened from reading this diary. The government has already blocked it, but the Korean YouTuber found it after so much effort. He translated this diary into Korean and I translated it back into English. This diary begins on December 21, 2019. I will translate what she wrote. It is not my opinion, but her own feeling and thought from whole diary. 2019, December 21. When I came back from my trip, I found the tomato I had planted had ripened. I decided to put it in my pocket and show it to my mom and dad. When I got home, my mom was alone. I took out my tomato and gave it to my mom, like it was treasure. Mom's first reaction: "What? You planted? I do not want to eat it. What if I get infected?" 2019, December 23. I showed my mom some photos I found on the internet. We had a good time speaking as if life is normal. Like, you look very much like this person in video. 2020, January 6. There's something I want to buy, but I don't think father will ever buy it for me. I couldn't even ask my father about buying anything for me now. 2020, January 7. Little joking, their daily life. From 2020, January 19 to January 20. Title: The Virus Explosion in Wuhan. I bought a mask yesterday, but I was only able to buy a basic mask. I was unable to buy the high protection mask because the pharmacy didn't have any left. I figure it is better to buy a basic mask even though they aren't that effective. I am worried because I live 500 meters away from Wuhan seafood market. The wild animal market is known in early media as the source of the coronavirus. 2020, January 21. Yesterday I bought a normal mask for 65 yuan, but I bought a better one for 400 yuan today. But I don't know if I can continue to buy masks from now on. It is so expensive. It's ridiculous that I cannot buy a mask. But this is the problem. My mother has a fever. 2020, January 23. The city is sealed off. I'm so scared now. Somebody please save us. Mom is getting sick. 2020, January 24. My chest is so stuffy. Maybe it's because I'm so nervous. That must be the reason. I should try to be relaxed. Maybe someone will come and save us. Mom looks weak. I went to hospital with my mom and dad. The only way to get into hospital is through confirmation of the virus. My mother is in hospital. There are too many people in the hospital. There are too many people in front and back. On the way back, I turned around and looked at my daddy. I saw my father once and then I couldn't look at him anymore. I've never seen my dad so tired and old. I know that my father has already given up so much in his mind. Also, he knows that he can't get out of this situation either. I asked, "Dad, do you feel uncomfortable?" So my dad said, "My throat is a little uncomfortable," and he says he seems to have a slight fever. My father was also tested at the hospital and the doctor told him to take a medicine. 2020, January 25. When I got home, I took a shower and it was midnight. Our home is a mess because my mother is not home. I do not know how to throw away garbage. The house is such a mess even though the Lunar New Year is coming. I've been out of touch with my mother since yesterday, and she doesn't send anything. There's no reply to a message. Even she is not replying to my father's call. Feels like the whole world is collapsing. 2020, January 26. My mother called me and she said that the current hospital will transfer her to a bigger hospital. Let's have some hope that it will get better and it won't get worse when we wake up tomorrow. I called the hospital and asked, "When are you gonna move my mom?" The nurses said even they do not know. But the most scariest thing that a nurse told me was that my mother might not be able to live because she is having breathing difficulties. There are too many people who are in the same situation as my mom, but the hospital can't accept everyone. They can't help all the people. I don't want that toll to rise anymore. 2020, January 27. The nurses say to me that they do not have any plan to transport my mother to a bigger hospital. Then why did my mother tell me that she will be transported to a bigger hospital? Dad also took photos of the city, and both lungs were white. 2020, January 28. Mom went to heaven. Nobody pressed likes. I do not want to answer. 2020, January 29. My dad is sick too, so I went to many hospitals with him. It is hopeless that I have too limited a choice. My dad has a bad fever and still he has a good breathing. I'm so scared about hospitalizing my dad, but also I'm afraid my dad cannot get hospitalized. I'm waiting for my dad to get a city, and I'm sitting on the street crunching and I have no idea. This moment is the most disastrous time in my life. Maybe this is what it feels like to be stuck with an arrow through the heart. I will protect my father until the end. 2020, January 31. Today I wanted to cry so much after looking at my family picture. I haven't cried these days. I had no time to cry and didn't feel like crying. I'm looking forward to the moment when I can really cry a lot, with forgetting everything in my mind as soon as possible. God, I pray to you every day, and there are so many people who cares about us. Please feel sorry for us and help us. The new drug is good for the virus according to today's news. How many people will have a cross infection at the drugstores tomorrow? 2020, February 2. Dad blood oxygen is going down now. He wants to be hospitalized now. Is it too difficult? I hospitalized my dad. It was exactly the same as hospitalizing my mom on January 24. It rained so much that day, and I couldn't see my mother again. Today it's raining a lot like that day. My dad kicked me out of the room and was mad at me, saying, "Don't come back any closer." 2020, February 3. Every time I wake up, my upper body feels numb. Only when I get out of bed does the feeling goes away. I wake up at night by coughing. I'm thinking I may be going crazy. My whole body is wet with sweat. There seems to be something wrong with my throat. I keep feeling thirsty. It has nothing to do with drinking water. What must come will come eventually, but I hope it comes more slowly. 2020, February 3. I miss you. Every minute and every second I think of you. Whenever I cry, you are in all the tears, and you are in the air I'm breathing. You will be with me, beside me in all my life for the rest of my life, in my hands, in my eyes, in my heart. I will keep thinking of you like this. I didn't even have a time to see you for the last time, so I will hate rainy days forever in winter. I can't help but imagine the last feeling when I hugged you. You were thin and light and cold. I keep dreaming the moment I'm holding you tight. Don't be scared. You just left a little early. Your big uncle followed right behind you. You can lean against each other, in other words, and be good friends to each other. From now on, there will be no sickness, no disaster. From now on, please be the star over my head, free and happy without having to be worried about housework. I don't get scared when I think about you. I will have a baby as you always wanted me to. I want you to be born as my baby, then be my daughter. Then I will love you forever with my remaining life. And I hope you to look like me, as I look like you, Mom. But let me make a wish for only one thing. Please protect my daddy. You can't take my father with you yet. I'm saving my father at the risk of my entire life, and I regret it that I couldn't protect you like this. I'm really useless, but if an arrow has been stuck to my heart, I will not fire unless someone take it out. Please wait for us. Someday there will be a day when we can meet together in heaven. Please come to my dream tonight and find me. Let's see each other for the last time tonight and talk. You have to come to my dream. You have to, Mom. 2020 February 3. I went to our house and got an old picture. I brought a picture of the whole family together to the hospital. Please make sure my dad gets better. The number of people in the picture shouldn't be reduced anymore. 2020 February 4. I didn't see you, Mom, in my dream, but I had a dream that I was looking for you, Mom. I was asking here and there, did you see my mom? Did you see my mom? Does my mom know my dad is so sick? I kept saying and looking for you, Mom. 2020 February 5. Please save me. I started to have a fever yesterday, but I'm too scared to speak. I got a call this morning. Dad's in a critical condition. He wants me to sign the paper about his condition. He's already in critical condition, and I asked him to change the hospital too, so it could be more comfortable for him. And Dad got up and packed his stuff, and he asked me, how long do I have to wait to get out? God, in fact, all the hospitals I've contacted say to me, we can't accept him, we can't accept him. Dad asked me, how much longer do I have to wait, like a child? But I don't have any ability to save him. I'm really useless. Somebody please come and save my daddy. I will kneel down and pray to the wall. I got a lot of the message from all over the place saying that I will help you, we will help you. The hospital examined my daddy yesterday, and the test result will come out 5 days later. Why does it take so long? But it doesn't mean anything now. His lungs are all white. 2020 February 6. This is the comment from the other people. Also, she was suffering from this disease to his father. So he left a comment like, Heaven, please save them and save my daddy. I have now deleted my message asking for help. I've been getting calls until now, and 99% say they can't help us. This is the reality. I'm tired of all the phone calls that I have received in the hospital while taking care about my father. At first, there was hope, but now it's only despair. That's enough. I will admit it. No one can save us. Dad, my poor dad, there's no way for us. Wherever you go, I will be right with you. 2020 February 7. A lot of people around me try to help me. I will make only one wish in this life. If this wish comes true, I will never make a wish again. Please save my daddy. I talked a lot with my dad today, talking about lots of the things. My daddy cried all day. I cried a lot too. What kind of pain is he suffering now? God, why don't you come to me, and why are you afflicting the weak and the good? Don't you know how good my mom and dad are? It's been 17 days since I heard that my mom was sick. The nightmares are still going on. I got a call from the doctor. He said that this evening will be my dad's last day. If I had an insulation shot, I would let him go. I can't see my father suffering anymore. It's a cruel death to die of a breathing problem. Mom, please take my dad. Don't you feel free to breathe when you are up in the sky? Stop worrying about me. I talked to my dad today. I asked him to please remember my face and my voice. You told me when I was a kid, whenever you lost me, you can find me by my birthmark. Please remember me when you see me again from there. 2020 February 8th. Dad, I lost you too. Go and find mother. And please wait for me. And let's go home together. I'm really scared. I'm infected too. 2020 February 9. I fell asleep yesterday because I was so weak and my heart beat so fast. I put my cell phone on silent mode and I fell asleep. And I didn't know that so many things had happened. Thank you, everyone. I want to live. Who wouldn't want to live? Things I can see from my eyes, the sound which I'm hearing, and the feeling warmth of another, hugs and holding hands. Who wouldn't want to live? I think my mom and dad pulled out all the arrows that were already stuck in my heart when they left. I think my fear and my inability were also gone with that arrows. I want to live. Last word. I was really nervous in the afternoon. The phone call woke me up. I haven't slept since. I haven't cried in the last 2 days, but I'm still scared. I might not be a lucky person, and I'm afraid it might affect my husband. This disease is too scary. This disease isolates people. You can't get in touch with other people and you can't hold the hands of your family even in those situations. I can't even hug him. That fear cannot withstand any mental support. I have no choice but to face it alone. You've got to get over this by yourself. I'm forcing myself to it. It's very painful because I want to live. I'm gonna only think about living. I won't think too much. If my own feelings can be a medicine, I will be forced to laugh. I think I should give the dog to my friends, and I think I have to deal with lots of the thing now. But I'm going to bring the puppy back soon. I want to live. First, the diary was started from 2020 January 21. Last diary was ended on 2020 February 9. This everything has happened within only 20 days. This diary was deleted, but it was already shared to a lot in China, but also it was all deleted. And later on this blog, there was one post. The doctors are treating me so well, and I have posted bad things on my blogs. I'm sorry, I was stupid. Be safe and love your parents and your family. Love to each other. Be safe.